Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
All right. Let's clap it up. Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969. And what is that truth? That truth is that so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called natives are the greatest people to ever walk the face of this earth. And the Bible identifies us as the true biblical Jews of the Bible. Right. And let's not forget our oppressors, the devil that Bible speaks of. Right. Understand? With that, listen, this is law class. This is biblical law class. This is Wednesday night. Wednesday night, we get into a little biblical law. We talk all about, you understand what's going on in history, what's going on in past history. We're going to talk about some law tonight. You understand? I want to jump back to Genesis today. You understand? We're going to go through and we're going to see conditions and what following the law does for us and what not following the law does for us. Matter of fact, hold the Genesis, right? I want to go to Deuteronomy first. Let's go to Deuteronomy first. And the 28th chapter, of course. You understand? There are circumstances in following law. You understand? There are pros and cons in following law. These laws have been given to only the children of Israel. The Most High created us as a holy people. What does it mean to be holy? What does it mean to be holy? We got anybody online yet? No. What does it mean to be holy? Go ahead. To be separate. Means to be Most High's right. Hey, but what we're gonna do, we getting into the law right now. And in between, a little bit in between, if you have a question, you understand, you can ask a question. Either my captain or my high ranking officer will help you with it. If I can, I'm gonna help you with it. You understand?
His question was on par with law too.
Yeah, your question was on par with law. All right. So you got that?
Common concept.
Let's read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28. What verse?
Verse 1.
Common concept.
Listen, like we said, right? In law class, law was given to Israel. Law was given to so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and the so-called natives. You understand? We were given the law because we are a holy people. Officer Ganai said, what Officer Ganai, repeat that what you said. What does holy mean?
Common concept. Holy means separate.
Holy means to be separate. I know when we in the Christian church, we think being holy means to jump around, fall out, you understand, hallelujah and all of that, but that's not what the Bible says holy means. Holy means to be separate. The Most High, when he created the nation of Israel, meaning the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives, he separated us. You understand? He separated us from the other nations. You understand? And that's what we're about to read right now. You understand? Salakia, sir.
What does it mean to be consecrated?
Consecrated?
Like,
Come on. We're going to look that up. We're going to look the word up. Consecrated. The brother just asked, what's your name again? Brother George just asked, what does consecrated mean? We ready to look it up? Officer Ganai is looking up that definition right now. We're going to give you the definition of consecrated.
Go
ahead.
It's like, sir, the word consecrated means of a church or land having been made or declared sacred, such as a Christian burial is a consecrated ground.
Consecrated ground or something like that. But that's not the word that we use That's not the word that we use. Right. That's not holy is a different word. Holy means to be separate. You understand? We are to be separate from the other nations. The Most High looks at the other nations as heathens. They are different from us. We are a holy people. We are separate. You understand? He made us to be different from the other nations. These laws, statutes, and commandments, this holy Bible was given to us. It wasn't given to any other nation of people. So when you see Africans or you see Asians or you see East Indians talking about God and they love the Bible was not for them. It was created for us. Go ahead, Gana.
So you want me to do what's the word? I got something, the scripture. What is it called?
Oh, yeah. Precept. Precept. Come on.
All right, so this is on Deuteronomy 7:6.
Go ahead.
For thou art a holy people.
Say that again.
For thou art a holy people.
One more time.
For thou art a holy people.
What? For thou art a holy people. For we are a separate people. We are different people. You understand? Go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Say that one more time.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Listen, we are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. He didn't say everybody. He said we are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. We are separate from all the other nations unto the Lord thy God. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God.
Say that again.
The Lord thy God.
Listen, the Lord thy God. Go ahead.
Have chosen thee.
Say that again.
Have chosen thee.
Listen, the Lord thy God have chosen thee. He had chosen the nation of Israel. He had chosen the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. You understand? Go ahead.
To be a special people.
Say that again.
To be a special people.
Think about this, right? He chose us. You understand? And made us a special people. Now, I don't want to be too, prideful, but if you look at it, right, and look at blacks and Hispanics, right, and natives, where does the best athletes come from?
Black.
There you go, blacks and Hispanics. Where does the greatest surgeons come from? Blacks and Hispanics. Where does the greatest inventors come from? Blacks and Hispanics. Listen, where does the greatest mathematicians come from? Listen, they had two little black girls, maybe about a year and a half, 2 years ago, just prove the theory of relativity that nobody else could do.
Right.
NASA jumped right on them, scooped them right up. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're talented like that. Listen, in the conditions, look at the conditions that we've been through. Look at the slavery, almost 500 years of slavery, right? 500 years of slavery, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Okay, think about this, right? And I always wait a minute, but hold on for a minute, right? Almost 500 years of slavery in America, I'm speaking of, right? And think about this. Under all of that oppression, under all of the redlining, all of the segregation, all of the burning out cities and towns, look at all of the great inventors that still rose up under those conditions. Now, what I want to ask you, back over in Africa, how many great surgeons do they have in Africa? How many great inventors have come from Africa? How many great mathematicians have come from Africa? So we couldn't be African. Listen, the Most High separated us to be a special people. We are a special people. When you think about greatness that has been stolen from us, all of the inventions, all of the creations, all of the mastermindful things, you understand what I'm saying? Think about this. A black woman created the GPS, the same thing that Elon Musk got up in the air in all of those satellites and things like that. That's a black woman did that. You understand what I'm saying? Traffic light, simple things. The front porch. You understand? Well, think about
Refrigeration car.
refrigerated car, but think about this. The artificial heart,
Heart surgery,
blood transfusion,
the
heart surgery, all of that. You understand? We ain't even got to go into sports and things like that. Just even in the medical field, a black woman created that coronavirus, the vaccine for the coronavirus. Go ahead, hit me with that again. Start from the top.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. But thou art a holy people.
But thou art a holy people. Go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He chose us. Go ahead.
To be a special people.
To be a special people. All of those inventions and things that we created, all of that mathematician, all of that great ingenuity that we have in us, all of the music that everybody else gets paid off of. You understand? That's us. Go ahead.
Unto himself.
He chose us to be a special people unto himself. You understand? A lot of times that greatness that he has put in us, we choose to give it to other people. You understand? As opposed to helping our own. That's the reason why we in the condition we in now. You understand? Go ahead.
Above all people.
Say that again.
Above all people.
One more time.
Above all people.
Hey, listen, he created us to be a special people unto himself above all people. Where at?
That are upon the face of the earth.
That are upon the face of the earth. You understand? That's why when you look around the earth, even when you go to Asia, Japan, and places like that, you see they copy us. They hate who we are, but they love what we do. They love what we are. You understand? Nobody wants to live in our condition, but they want the benefits of being us. You understand what I'm saying? You got some, Cap?
Yeah, even like the Asians, right? They love that sumo culture.
Yeah.
And you try to put statues on with whips that be jumping up and down.
Right.
The whole time you in goddamn Thailand.
Right.
North Korea, something like that.
Right.
You think, hold up, what is this?
But think about this. What about the era when they went through a few years back when they went through the era where they was wearing the butchers?
Listen,
Yeah.
and they got like special techniques to make their hair
Kinky, nappy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want that
Yeah.
kinky look. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High, listen, think about this, right? Let's show you how special we are. The Most High created this hair, and our hair is one of the only few hairs on this earth that block UV rays. Our oppressors over in Israel getting what they call it, the cancer, skin cancer, like crazy over there. You understand what I'm saying? We are special people. But the problem is we don't know we're special. We don't know. Go ahead.
Like, so I was saying what you're bringing out was heavy. And this scripture right here is heavy, especially for Black, Spanish, and First Nation people. Because growing up in Christian church, we was taught so much that like we were lesser than them because they taught us the doctrine of being a Gentile.
Right.
So our whole life we already thought we was lesser than them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then when you find out, that's why it's so hard for us when we find out that God put us above everybody. It's so hard for us to fight it because we thought our whole life that we lesser than them.
Right.
Only reason we got salvation on how the Christian church put it is because our oppressors messed up.
Right.
Not because of who we were. You know
exactly.
So that's why it's a heavy scripture we're bringing up.
Right. And think about this, right? You yourself, you understand what I'm saying? You yourself are greater than them.
Right.
Even in living in the oppression that we living in, we still are greater people than them. And that's the reason why they come into. Think about this, right? Think about this. The Asians come into our neighborhoods to make their fortunes off of us. You understand? People say the Black community.
Carry out.
Yeah, but
Just raise your hand.
oh, raise your hand.
You can always make a point.
Yeah, but
You,
yeah, but do you think they could make that kind of money if they went into their own neighborhoods? Let me ask you a question. Where does the Asians live at? Look at you.
so
Listen, They live somewhere, right? And they live in North Potomac. I know I seen the community in North Potomac. I seen the Asian churches. I seen the Asian schools. I seen all of the money that they come and get from us. I seen the community that they built off of that. You understand? I seen them jogging and everything out there. They got their own parks and everything out there. They make their living. Think about this. Let me ask you a question. If you was an Asian, right, and you was wealthy in Asia, would you come to America to start all over? Yeah, why not? Because you already making it where you live at, right? So why do those Asians come over here? A lot of us think they saved that money up. They didn't save anything up. You understand? And America knows that they can use us to give our money to those Asians, so those Asians can continue to squeeze us and rob us. The Asians can't come over here and sell what they selling to other Asian people.
Right.
Listen, the East Indians can't come over here and sell to their people what they sell to us,
Right.
and make a living and make a solid living. The Arabs can't come over here and sell pizza and chicken to their own people, right, and make a solid living. They need us because we are those holy people. We are those great people. You understand that the Most High made us to be great, greater than all the other nations that are upon the face of this earth. The Bible, he just read it. You said you believe the Bible, right? Yeah. Wholeheartedly. That's what you said, right? Listen, the Most High just said he made you greater than them. He made Officer Gana greater. He made Captain Saparia greater. He made Officer Matazabai greater than those other nations. The only people that don't believe we greater than the other nations is us.
Right.
We're the only people that don't believe in ourselves, but we definitely believe in all the other nations. You want me to tell you why we believe in all the other nations? Because we support them. We support every other nation. You understand? Go ahead.
Also, I think that's ingrained in us by the white man.
True.
By slavery.
Right.
He just look at him hiding us. Look at others hiding us.
Right.
Look at us as the minority. Although we the majority, look at all the black Pan-Africanism all over the world.
Well, see, we can't say Pan-Africanism because listen, but we not African. Yeah. Did you know that?
Listen, if I could,
so,
if I could just
Salakia, sir, go ahead, sir.
The black man.
Hold for a second.
Just like you was mentioning, real quick, just like you was mentioning the East Indian coming over here.
Right.
The other Asians coming over here. Arabs coming over here. Making a profit.
Right. Right.
The Africans are a completely separate community than black people.
Right.
And the only time you seeing them is through some type of transaction. You know what I'm saying? You got a question?
Go ahead. What's your question?
I was saying, were we not brought here by the white man and slaves? We're descendants of slaves, and the slaves were African, so we are.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Let's
go back to Deuteronomy.
That's
where we come from.
Yeah, let's go back to Deuteronomy.
Which one is that?
28.
28 and 68. 28 and 68. Deuteronomy. He got his phone though, cat. He got his okay. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Thank you, Cat.
That's elementary right there.
Right.
This one.
He just lit that. It looked like it burned though, sir.
No, but what you just said is
this hole right here.
But you gotta go all the way in the history.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. Officer, good night.
Sir. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Say that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He said, the Lord said, thou shalt bring thee into Egypt again. That means we was in Egypt before. We was in Africa before. We would say that again. We was in bondage. That's what Egypt means. Egypt means bondage. You understand? Go ahead.
Come into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. We were the people brought over here by way of cargo slave ship. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Raise your hand.
You notice the pyramid is on the dollar. The sign of Egypt.
Right.
And the eagle, the sign of Rome. And also it's from Babylon to Babylon, Egypt, and Rome.
And that's what America is today. That's why I call America, what they call America, Babylon, the daughter of Babylon,
Babylon, you heard Babylon 5?
That's a movie, that's a show.
I want to pick Babylon, because Babylon is coming back and again in different in DC, Rome, and keep coming back.
Well, we gonna finish this scripture first. You understand? I got you on the Babylon thing. Go ahead.
Come. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Hey, listen, it says there we shall be sold into our enemies. We were sold to our enemies, right? Okay. You understand? Go ahead. Good now.
Come. For bondmen and bondwomen.
It said for bondmen and bondwomen. You understand? Go ahead, because he said bondmen and bondwomen. We were sold into slavery. In bondage. As slave. Go ahead.
Good. And this is what when you get into the history of what happened in 70 AD, which is spoken of in the Bible.
Salak. I was going to tell him to go to that, to the no, but you okay. Yeah, that's in the pocket. Oh, Babylon and Timbuktu.
Don't worry about it.
From Babylon and Timbuktu, that explained, and that's what we was great. That's what we was great get into from Babylon and Timbuktu, to show you that we not African and to show you exactly where we came from. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Come. And no man shall buy it.
It says no man shall buy thee. No man shall be able to redeem us. The only person that can redeem us is the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? Through Christ. You understand what I'm saying? No man can redeem us. That's why it tells us we have to cry out to the Most High. But we keep crying out to America. We keep crying out to our congressmen. We keep crying out to everybody but who the Most High tells us to cry out to. We keep crying out to Islam, Christianity. We cry out to everybody but cry out to the Most High. Christianity is not biblical. I mean, I said that wrong. Christianity doesn't believe in the Bible.
Right.
Because they teach us wrong. They don't teach us the Bible properly. I was in Christianity, just like most brothers in here was in Christianity. Yeah. What is that?
It's a movement.
Hold up for a minute. We ain't even gonna get into that, but I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like, if I could too, with Officer them just pulled out, as far as no man will buy us, no man just wants to redeem us. This it's also how you know the Jewish man in Israel. It's not the real Jew, because America brought them and redeemed them.
Right.
Still to this day, America sends them billions of dollars to fund their economy. Still to this day. So America essentially redeemed or brought Israel. The scripture just said that no man shall buy you. No man. That's why the only person the only power that can redeem us is the Most High.
That's it. That's what we just said, right? The only power that can redeem us is the Most High. But what did I say, right? We call out and we keep looking toward America. We keep looking toward a people who cannot save us. The Bible tells us that. You understand? We look towards everybody but the Most High. You understand? We go into the courtrooms thinking we're going to get redeemed. We're going to march for reparations. All that marching and everything that we do, it's marching since the 50s, and where has it gotten us? We still marching. Still marching for the same civil rights that we were supposed to got back in 1954, 55. No man can redeem us. Nobody can redeem us but the Most High. But we keep looking past the Most High. We look toward everything else but what we were called to look toward. Those laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? This is biblical law class, and that's what we're learning today. Lamentations what? Lamentations 4:17. Let me get that too. Hold on for me. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help.
For our vain help. Listen, America cannot help us.
Right.
You understand? None of that marching, none of that stuff can help us. And that's the same thing. Voting. We vote every 2 to 4 years. Has voting helped us yet? We still voting for the same thing.
Right.
Still been voting for the same civil right. Listen, every nation of people that come over here get civil rights. We the only people over here that don't get civil rights. Civil rights is something that when you're born in America, you're supposed to be born with as a citizen. That goes to show you we're not even citizens of America. We don't have civil rights. We could be unalived on the street just like that. And it can be clear. They got it on video and police still get off. Oppressors still get off no matter who it is. What you got?
I remember when the Ahmaud Arbery situation went down. People was trying to go to Congress to get rid of the lynching bill, so they won't be. They came to lynches and they denied it.
Oh, stop! Listen. Ahmaud Arbery was in what year? And it's still a lynching.
Yes, you
still got a lynching bill. You still can be lynched.
Oh,
that goes to show you that you're not a citizen. You don't have rights. Right. You cannot be redeemed by anybody but the Most High. But we keep looking toward we keep running to Congress, the very people that will not help us. You understand? Go ahead, Dana.
Solomon Khan. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
In our watching, we have watched for a people that refuse to save us. We keep looking toward America. Listen, how many times have you heard old people say, all we got to do is keep on voting. We gonna get one day it's gonna happen. Right. My great grandmother said that. My grandmother said that. My mother said that. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm supposed to let my daughter say the same thing? We keep watching for a nation that refused. Listen, the scripture says we watch for a nation that could not save us. We actually watching for a nation that refuses to save us. Right. So if these nations refuse to save us, why do we continue to watch for them? Why not look toward the Most High? Why not follow these laws, statutes, and commandments? Why not get true understanding? Because we are stiff-necked people. That's why. The Bible tells us that too. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
We are stiff-necked people. Listen, we believe we know better than anybody, but we the last niggas on the totem pole. In everything. In housing, in schooling, in working. Listen, the last one's hired and the first one's fired. Everybody heard that saying. You understand? We think something going to change, though. We think we're going to one day snap our fingers, we're going to open our eyes, and everything going to be different. It's going to be birds and butterflies. Every time we wake up, it's bats and dogs. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead. Good
Verse 18.
Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
Let me ask you a question. Don't they hunt us, literally hunt us on them streets? They hunt our steps. That's what the scriptures say. The scriptures say they hunt our steps. Sometimes when we out here, when you out on the street, sometimes the police pull up behind you. Don't you feel like prey?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like a animal being chased down by the beast? Because we are. That's why the Bible says they are beasts. What did the Bible say? The Bible say they are beasts that is meant to be a brute beast. They call them a brute beast, meant to be what they say. Yeah. Meant to be, what did it say? Meant to be put down or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? It says, listen, it says they hunt our steps. They hunt our steps, whether it be the police, whether it be the judicial system, whether it be our oppressors running our neighborhoods. You understand? Housing, landlords, they hunt our steps. They try to make sure we stay broken and poor. But for some reason, we keep rising because the Most High made us a special people unto himself. Go ahead, sir. Hold up for a minute. Wait a minute. Hold. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. We actually enter 18 right now. Verse 18.
Can you explain the 78? We ain't got that. You want to explain the 78 destruction real quick?
So, because in 70 AD,
Oh, did you?
But that's Ham.
This who?
That's Ham.
Oh, okay, this Ham. Okay.
Because he had a
Okay, right.
70 AD. You familiar with it?
70 AD.
When they sacked Jerusalem, we were chased out of Jerusalem. Israelites.
Okay, I'm somewhat familiar with that. I know there's a lot of persecution going on and that.
White Romans.
Mm-hmm.
That's out of time. I couldn't.
Was that when the church went up to Rome? Relocated up to Rome?
No, it wasn't that. That's a misconception. What really happened, them white Romans ran us out of Israel, and we fled into Africa. This is how we got to the west coast of Africa. Another part, small part. From there, we read earlier, that's how those people that was on them slave ships, how it happened. Those were the people that fled from Roman persecution years later.
Shalaki, I'm gonna say it one more time for him so the people can hear.
Yeah, please.
It said, listen, in 70 AD, the Romans sacked Israel or Jerusalem. In that carnage, over 1 million Jews fled into the west coast of Africa, where if you look at some of the old maps, you'll see some of the real old maps got land of Judah right there in the west coast of Africa. And if I'm not mistaken, Officer Matazabai, wasn't it between Ghana and another country, or was that it right there? It was Ghana. Yeah, right there where Ghana is right now. You understand? And think about this, right? Think about this. Those African nations weren't pushovers back in that time, right? When I'm talking about when the oppressor came for the slaves. So people, I remember when I was young, they used to say they came in and they were just taking people as they will. Those Africans wasn't letting them do that, but the Africans was capturing the people that they didn't want there and selling them to the oppressor. Now I'm gonna go to a little real-time history for you, right? Just a few years back, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was about 7 or 8 years ago now, a lot of those African nations began to apologize for slavery, right? So let me ask you a question, right? What African nations apologize to what African nations? They didn't apologize to any African nations. They apologized to the people right over here in Americas. They didn't listen. If a Ghanaian or if a Ghanaian, is that how you say it? A Ghanaian? If a Guyanese would have taken a Kenyan, then that means Ghana would have been apologizing to Kenya, right? That means the Nigerians would have been apologizing to the Ghanaians, right? That means the Zimbabweans would have been apologizing to the Babaluas. You understand what I'm saying? They would have been apologizing to them, but they weren't apologizing to other African nations. They were apologizing to the people right over here in America and in them Caribbean islands. Why? Because they knew exactly who they were enslaving and capturing. We the only people whose culture and everything was written from the history, erased from the history books. Our culture, our customs, our high holy days, everything was erased from our minds. Then we became what? We became Puerto Ricans. We became what they call Jamaicans. We became Americans. We became United Kingdomians. Was that what they call them? Britishes, right? We became everywhere they placed slaves at. That's what we became. Then we become. Then when you get to 1992, the Dream Team, we the greatest Americans alive. Then all of a sudden we don't remember anything. Think about this, right? We don't remember anything past slavery. Why is that? And we the only nation of people. They was talking about on CNN how the Japanese can remember 6,000 years of history. A lot of African nations can remember 2,000. Listen, we can't even remember 100. Because we are the people of that Bible. Those oppressors that call themselves so-called Jewish people, they call themselves Jews. Listen, you got Poland's, you got Germans, you got Russians, you got Ukrainians, you got all those European nations where those people are from. You understand? Think about this, right? I want you, and we always ask this question. I'm going to ask it again, right? How does the people who come from over in the Middle East, how do they all of a sudden become white? Somebody explain that to me. And nowhere in the history of the world has a people, think about this, Eskimos live in Alaska in the coldest conditions, and they still brown. Those are the Polynesians. They still one color. Their color haven't changed. So how is it that these people, how is their color just all of a sudden up and change? How is that? Because those are not the people of this Bible. Go ahead.
I studied with Nation of Islam. They said they're those people who grafted from a man named Yaqub over in
Hold, check this out. That's why. Stop. Listen. We talking real right now. That's not real. All right. And listen, this is the reason why Christianity and Islam has destroyed us as a people and have us torn apart. Because think about this, right? I ain't even gonna give that the time of day. It ain't even real. You understand? How do you create a person? And think about this.
Well, it said somebody from Middle Earth.
Listen, listen. They need psychological. Nah.
They don't live. They're not pioneer plane. Their pioneer plane is closed.
Nah. Don't even worry.
If I could just add a question, like a lot of those religions, they start to go way off because they can't. First of all, they don't understand the Bible. One. Another thing, they have to interject all of these mythical ideas to counter their incorrect, theories.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know who the Polynesians are. We do. They are Jack. Eskimoans, Hawaiians. They from Jack. That's it. It ain't nothing they came from.
Right.
You know, out of the earth, out of the core. I don't know whatever they make up. This is who they are. We know everybody who they are.
Right.
Their lineage. He was on the Jews. The Jews call themselves Ashkenazi Jews because they are German. And if you're German, you can't be a Jew. You got to be one of the other.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just to get back on top.
Yeah.
Just raise your hand. Say it again.
It was the supreme race, right? The German Jews, the long hair, blue eyes, supreme race.
They said a whole lot of things.
He tried to make them to be supreme.
Hold up, check this out. Listen, everybody. Everybody wants to be a supreme race because we are the supreme race. You understand? The Bible tells you, listen, we hear that, right? And we believe that, but the Bible tells you that you are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. This is not something that some man made up and created. You understand? And it can't be disputed. Look at us. Look at the things we have done already in the conditions that we in. Only greatness bubbles to the top like that. Go ahead, Gana.
So I want to see what you're bringing out is powerful, and this is why, like, when you got all these other religions or whatever teaching our people incorrectly about the scriptures, they allow, because once our people realize that they are lies of what those stories they telling us in these fables, it allows our people to go chase these other fables.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I got a precept for it. You don't mind me reading?
Go ahead, sir.
In 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3, for a time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap themselves teachers having itching ears.
You hear that? It comes. Read that again. Read it again.
2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
Listen, it's a time gonna come when they're not gonna believe in sound doctrine, when they're not gonna believe in this truth. That time, that's what when people talk about that Yaku stuff like that, that's people who don't believe in sound doctrine. A time came when they don't believe in sound doctrine. That time comes when they start following Islam, when they start following Christianity. You understand? When they start celebrating. Oh, this way. Man, I keep slipping off. I keep falling off. There we go, right there. That time is now. You understand? But we bringing this truth back into the earth.
Right.
And now people, listen, it was a time where I wasn't in here. I remember the time where I was the last brother in here. You understand? I was that troop, do this, troop, grab that. You understand? Now I look back and I see all the brothers behind me because now people are waking up to the truth.
Right.
Just like you're not in here for nothing. You're not in here for just for happenstance. You was brought here for a reason.
Right.
You understand? And you was brought here to be given that truth. And it's one thing that you can do. You can either believe that truth and live, or you can not believe that truth and die.
Right.
I ain't saying that you're going to go outside and you're going to get struck by something like that. You understand? But people that believe this truth have understanding and they follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and they live a righteous life. You understand? We show brotherhood.
Right.
You understand? We show love to our people. We start taking that love that we was given to all of those other nations, and we start passing that love back to our people, because that's the problem with Islam. Islam believes it doesn't matter who you are. You can be a Muslim. You understand? Christianity, the same thing. You could come into Christianity and be anybody. You could be Asian. You could be anything. This truth just told you that we are a special people, a holy people, set apart from the other nations. These laws, statutes, and commandments were only given to us.
Right.
And it was given to us so that we could rule the earth righteously. What the scriptures say? The scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right now, Are we or are we not in mourning? Are we having a hard time? Are we living under contentious times? You know why? Because the wicked beareth rule. The oppressor is ruling right now. All we got to do is cry out to the Most High. You understand? Most High is going to destroy our enemies when Christ returns. You understand? And we'll be in it, this earth will be under righteous rulership. You understand? If you look at it now, everybody's beginning to wake. A lot of people are beginning to wake up. And again, that's why you here right now. You're not here just for happenstance. Right. You wasn't standing outside that door when I pulled up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? You was here for a reason. Now, Salak, go ahead, sir.
Salak, first of all, when you decided to leave and came back, that's the Lord speaking. You gotta have an ear to ear. He said, man, like the Officer McDonough is talking about is learning to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's something the Christian church is not going to require. So you're essentially dead. You're like an animal when you don't have rules, laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
You come into life when you learn how to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's what I'm bringing out to you. Okay.
You understand? Go ahead.
Come into Hebrew Israelite religion.
Listen, I'm about to say, listen, it's not a religion either, right? This is a way of life.
Be baptized again, if I was baptized as a Christian.
No, baptized in what?
Baptized in water.
No, you get baptized in these scriptures.
Oh.
You learn these scriptures. This is the fire right here. The baptism of water has been passed. You get baptized in fire now, meaning these scriptures. You follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? You follow what you said. You believe in the Bible wholeheartedly, right?
Yes.
That means you follow every law, statutes, and commandment in that Bible, right?
That's the baptism of fire.
That's the baptism of fire, following the law, statutes, and commandments. You come into this truth, you come into this school, and you get understanding. You understand? That's what each one of us didn't have before we came in here. Listen, I always tell people, right? I was a trustee at a church for damn near 12, 13 years. I found this truth while I was still a trustee at that same church. I went back 2 times and told them, listen, we learned this Bible wrong. That I remember a pastor told me, listen, the Bible ain't meant to be, everything in the Bible ain't meant to be known. Well, why is it in the Bible?
Right.
I believe what he said, though.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because my mind, that veil was over my face so hard that when he said that, I believed it. But somebody say, oh, if it's in the Bible, why is it not meant to be known? That's why God put it in the Bible, so that we could know those laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Love thy brother as thyself. You understand? And that's one of the main things we don't have in here in our community today. We don't have that brotherhood. We love to call the Asians mom and pop. When I was coming up, the black people used to own all of the corner stores, and we used to call them mom and pop. How did the Asians step in and become mom and pop? Because we lost our way. We lost those laws, statutes, and commandments. We lost that understanding. We lost that love for our brothers and sisters. We lost that brotherhood. We do got a brotherhood class on Tuesdays too. You feel me? Where we at?
We're going back to still in Lamentations 18.
Go ahead, finish that.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. Listen, they hunting us to this day. You understand? They hunt our steps. Whether it be in the court system, prison system, school system, redlining, they hunt our steps. You understand? We just to pray for them. We just to pray to the oppressor. Go ahead.
that we cannot go in our streets.
That we can't go in our streets, man. We terrified when we go out there in our streets. And blue and red lights hit the back of you when you pulling over in your car. Terror runs right through us. Go ahead, sir.
That's even heavy. That scripture right there is so much. It's so heavy right now, even more so.
Right.
Because you got ICE agents out here. You got ICE agents out here. You don't know who they are. They got ski masks on. They chasing out brothers now, left and right. Our brothers don't even want to come outside.
Right.
They can't even. We had a video where they locked up an entire job site.
Right.
That's not now steps. This is the scripture talking about a particular people right now.
Salakia, sir. They show the Hispanic brother. They scooped off the street a 16-year-old Hispanic brother. They drove him 2 miles away, beat the hell out of him, and dropped him off in the street. The ICE agents. We cannot go in our street. They hunt our steps. They had no reason to pull him off. They grabbed him coming out of his job. They hunt our steps. Listen, that was happening to my buddies back in the 70s and the 80s.
Right.
I remember the Jump Out Boys. You ever heard of the Jump Out Boys? With them Glocks and gauges? Should have saw them niggas' face. Listen, they used to jump out, snatch a dude, drag him in the car, drive a couple of blocks away, beat the hell out of him, and drop him off. The same thing just happened to the little Asian kid, 16-year-old. Said, they hurt me. He out there crying. A kid. Go ahead.
Like, and what's terrifying about it is, my age is a pop.
Yeah.
They don't even kid.
Listen, they trying to give them total immunity. No different. Ain't no different.
Hey, listen, white folks think this is something new.
Right.
We've been seeing cats get killed forever.
Listen,
right?
this is none of Salakia, sir, if I may, but none of this is new to us. And listen, we got generations up in here.
Ain't nobody calling Renee ghetto.
Right.
Renee, she's ghetto.
She's ghetto, right. You understand? But they try, listen, if they did that to, what's her name, Renee something, whatever, if they did that to Renee Good, if they did that to her, one of their own, well, what do you think they doing to us out in the street? Listen, I believe in right now, what is it like, up to 50,000 black females missing today? You know how many brothers they found hanging from trees? Oh, he unalived himself. He unalived himself and handcuffed himself at the same time, huh? Right. Tied his own hands behind his back and hung himself. You understand what I'm saying? They hunt our steps. We cannot go in our streets. You know, we don't feel safe in our streets. And that's why it's important for our brothers and sisters to get up in these classes and get real understanding. Instead of people lying to you saying this is one big melting pot. Everybody has the same chances. We all equal. Have you seen equality in America since you've been here? Me either. Me either. Go ahead, sir.
It's like, what you bring out is so heavy, because here's the thing. The Christian church, they gonna tell you that you should love that oppressor. You should forgive them, and you should find a reason. You should find a way to make them comfortable with you. You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they're hunting us. This is why the Christian church is so dangerous. The Christian church is damn near like death row for black people, black Hispanics, because we out here, we don't have no law. They say the law is done away with. They say the law is done away with. But when the law is done away with, the Lord is not on our side.
Right.
So then when they tell us to love the same man that's killing us, we go into the street, we have no protection. The only time we can get protection is when we learn to listen to the Most High and do what He told us to do.
Right.
The church told us to do, ain't got to do this. They said, what you said, sanctified. We're saved. Lord say endure to the end. That's what we say. You see what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah. Hey, listen, we're gonna take a little commercial break. We're gonna come back in. How much time we got? About 3 minutes. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna take a little commercial break. You know?
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
What you doing?
Watch a documentary about ISIS.
Okay. Guess what?
What?
I got a package yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yes, I cannot wait to Passover. Let me show you what I got. I got my Passover dress. I got two actually. It's gonna be one is red and one is brown. And it's got fringes on it already, and it's nice and shimmery. And then I got these pants. They like oversized, and it's got the like the little lining on it. Are you listening?
Yeah.
It's got the lines on it. Look. Cute, right? So, and then I got like a jumper. It's like big at the bottom, and then it's like spaghetti strap. But I also got a shirt to go under it. It's white. Cannot wait. The only thing that I do have to get though is the shoes to match it. And hey, you see that?
Yeah, but see, you gotta understand, look, America created ISIS, and now they're using them as a reason to go back into the land and take whatever resources, or do whatever evil crap America does. They all devils. God damn it.
Who are you?
I'm your righteous conscience.
So why you look like me?
I'm his righteous conscience. But because he's your head, I'm also your righteous conscience.
Okay.
It's nice that you ordering all of these things, but did you pay your Passover fee?
And broadcast that on YouTube.
Baby, you got a Passover fee.
Nah, not yet.
It's the walk. I got us.
The what?
No sweat. Got it.
See the Disney Cup. All right. We back. Had to take a little break, you know. So where we was at? Where was we at? At Lamentation?
Lamentation 4:18.
Yeah, 4 and 18. We're gonna start back at the top. Lamentations 4 and 18. Make sure I'm straight.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
Hey, they hunt our steps. You understand? Our oppressor is after us. Our oppressor is on us. You understand? Our oppressor makes sure that we have a hard time in life. to make sure we don't get ahead. They hunt our steps. That's the reason why Black Wall Street is destroyed. Seneca Village, Rosewood, all those little small black towns around the Bible Beltway, all those little black towns got destroyed. You understand? Because they hunt our steps. Go ahead.
Come. That we cannot go in our street.
And that's what we was talking about earlier, man. It's getting so bad that the brothers don't even want to come out, go into the streets. You understand? You come outside, you come on your front porch, the police are running up on your front porch on you.
Right.
You understand? Trying to drag you out of your house illegally. You understand? And they always find some kind of a way to say, oh, well, they can do that in this case or that case, something like that, breaking law. You understand? Go ahead.
Our end is near.
Hey, listen, that's how we feel. We feel like our end is near. Salakia, sir. You have a good one, sir. You understand? They say our end is near. That's how we feel like our end is near. You understand? We feel like we ain't got nothing else to live for. You understand? We destroyed as a people. But we listen, life is in these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? It says our days are fulfilled. We feel like our days are fulfilled. Our days are over. You understand? This is the end of our lives. That's what we feel like. We have nothing to live for. That's how we feel. You understand? But we got everything to live for. You understand? This earth deserves righteous rulership. And that's what's going to come from the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. You understand? We're gonna bring righteous rulership back to this earth.
So,
go ahead, good night.
Come.
For our
end is come.
For our end is come. That's how we feel. Understand? This is the end of my life right here. When those police run up on you, you don't know whether you're going. At times we don't know whether we're gonna live or die.
Right.
You understand? You see that police walking up on the side of your car. You see him with his hand on his holster. We feel like this is the end of me right here. This is it for me. That's how we feel. And it shouldn't be like that. You understand? That's how we know we're being oppressed. You understand? When you see police walk up on other oppressors, you don't see oppressors fearing the police.
Right.
See them jumping out the car. What are you pulling me over for? You understand what I'm saying? Black people, we don't do that. We sit back, we put our hands on the steering wheel, we roll that window down, we turn the lights on. We want him to feel like we're not a threat.
Right.
That's how we feel like our end is near, our end is come. This is it for us. You understand? Let's drop that.
Verse 19?
Go ahead. You want to go verse 19? Go ahead. Verse 19.
Lamentation chapter 4, verse 19. Our prosecutors.
Persecutor.
Oh, Salaki. Persecutors are swifter than an eagles of the heavens. They pursued us upon the mountains.
Hey, listen, they pursued us upon the mountains. You know what those mountains are? That's those governments. That's those agencies. That's the judicial system. Did I say that right? Judicial system. That's the judicial system. That's where they pursue us at. They get us trapped up in the court system. They get us trapped up in that prison system. You understand what I'm saying? They pursue us swifter than an eagle. Hey, listen, justice comes upon us quicker than anything. Takes forever for the oppressor to get, for us to get oppressor, for us to get justice versus the oppressor. Most of the time, the oppressor gets off, but justice comes swift upon us. Go ahead.
It's like it, sir, and I was also going to bring out, every time they talk about the oppressors and the devils, they always use the eagle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you look at all the nations, they symbol is always the eagle.
Germany, France, Sweden, all of them use that eagle. You understand? That's a symbol for the oppressor. You understand that eagle? Swifter than the eagle. Justice is swift when it comes to us, but it's slow when it comes. Hey, listen, they say justice is blind. Justice is blind when it comes to the oppressor.
Right.
But when it comes to us, justice got that blindfold off, looking right at us. Yeah, that's nigga right there. You understand what I'm saying? Justice ain't blind when it comes to us. Ain't no equality for us. You understand? And the only way we gonna get equality is if our oppressor falls. Hey, listen, this system is falling right now. We in the midst of World War III right now.
Right.
You understand? We watching America fall. Listen, I always bring this up, right? That Ukraine and Russian war, those Ukrainians, the day before that war started, they was out partying, they was out shopping, they was doing everything. And that war hit them like a thief in the night. You understand? They ain't know what hit them that next day. That's what's happening right now. We sitting in the midst of World War III, not understanding what's really going on. You understand? Go ahead.
I was going to say, Salih said it's powerful when you said justice is blind. Justice here in America is basically choosing to go after blacks because we the only group of people that get put in the paper for being falsely accused.
Right.
I've never seen another race of people coming out of prison talking about they was falsely accused.
And you never gonna see it. You never gonna see it. You understand? It's purposefully done.
Right.
You understand? Those prisons don't have a quota for nothing. Right. You understand? Think about this. How does every time you turn around, how does a brother come out of jail and just lost 30 and 40 years of his life?
Right.
How is that? I ain't never seen people falsely accused and all of a sudden 20, 30, 40 years later, oh, we got evidence.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to let him go. They let a brother go that lost 40 years of his life and they gave him what? $1.5 million? Can you imagine that? Matazabai, you already done made that 3 times over your whole career. You know what I mean? you feeling me, right? Yeah. And just imagine, you lost everything. Think about it, right? You done had grandparents that passed away. Maybe your parents passed away. You had children that grown up. They became parents themselves and stuff like that. And you finally getting out and you really don't know nobody.
Right.
They done took your life away. And then they give you something menial. Something that they done robbed us for already.
Right.
Oh, get him a pinch of that. You know what I mean? Oh, justice was served. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That million he got, the million he put that they made him the slave for.
Oh, God. So they done gave him his own money back, right? So they still owe him. You understand what I'm saying? We destroyed as a people because we believe that's justice. You understand? When you destroy a man's whole life, and that happens to us daily. You understand? That happens to us daily. First one's high, last one's high, first one's fired. You understand? It's a struggle for us to find a job. Listen, I don't want to get too off, right? But I got a brother, Slovakia. He ain't a brother. He ain't a brother. Oppressor. That's what I meant. But it was a oppressor at my old job. I mean, destroying stuff. Never got fired, never got written up, never got nothing. When it came to the oppressors, they turned a blind eye. But when it came to brothers, oh, we got to write you up or we got to fire you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It was incredible. So what about when he, oh, no, this is something else, it's something else. Oh, I know what it is.
Right.
You understand? It's oppression. And that's what a lot of us, we've been oppressed for so long that it doesn't even look like oppression anymore. It looks like regular life.
Right.
It looks like we say to ourselves, well, that's how life is. No, that's not how life is. You ever heard somebody say life is unfair?
All the time.
Listen, life is not unfair. It's the people who you come across in life that's unfair.
Right.
Life is fair, but it's the people that you come across that's not fair. When you have oppressors over top of you, that's unfair. You understand? But we got here because we didn't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. We destroyed as a people because we refused to listen to the Most High. You understand? What you got?
What about oppression? Slavery is still going on today because I've been here in the 70s, early 70s, they were playing, the 273 playing microchips in the baby, in the home.
That's a lie.
I don't know.
Listen. I'm not saying that slavery is not in existence. Slavery is in existence. Did you know? No.
One another.
Listen.
In racial black on black crime.
But it's more than that. Slavery, more than that. Slavery. Let me explain something to you. Are you a slave?
Yes.
Why are you a slave?
With the descendant of slaves, and I'm subject to oppression in this by white society.
No, that's true. That's true, right? But you are a slave. You're not just hold. You're not just a slave because you're a descendant of a slave, but you are in slavery right now. You are being oppressed right now. Let me ask you a question. When you want something to eat, who do you got to go to?
The white man.
When you ready to buy clothes, who you got to go to?
The white man.
When you looking for a job, who you got to go to?
White man.
That's slavery. If you can't go to your own people for a job, if you can't go to your own people for food, if you can't go to your own people for clothing, you're a slave. We are slaves here in America, in the Caribbean islands, and everywhere our people are. It's become so natural to us that is regular life. This is how life is supposed to be. Listen, the first people that came in over here off of that slave ship, right? They knew they were prisoners of war. They knew that they were going into slavery, right? They knew they were slaves. They told their children, you're a slave, right? Then their children told us, we being oppressed. It got to the point where they stopped telling them, and now everybody believed, even though they were slaves, they believed that this is how life is supposed to be. They became homegrown slaves to the point where they didn't even recognize that they were slaves anymore. This is just how life is. That's how we live in today. We believe that we're supposed to be in ghettos. That's the hood. That's where we belong at. No, that's not. It's not where we belong at. We belong in righteous rulership. We supposed to be running this earth right now. You understand? God created this earth for our sake. The Bible tells us that. This earth was created for your sake. I created this earth for you to run, for the people to look to you for guidance and righteousness. But instead, we look into an unrighteous devil for righteousness. And we just not going to get it. What you got, good now? Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14.
Grab that. Let him get to it. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14.
And this basically piggyback on what you were saying, like us being a slave. Saying what's powerful about the scriptures, this is in the Bible.
Right.
This question is being asked to us in the Bible. You know what I'm saying, you guys? Come.
Read that.
Come, sir. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Is he a homeborn slave? Go ahead.
Why is he spoiled?
Why is he spoiled? Look at everybody takes advantage of us. Every nation of people come over here. Listen, Ukrainians take advantage of us. The Greeks take advantage of us. The Asians take advantage of us. The Africans take advantage of us. The Ethiopians take advantage of us. The Arabs take advantage of us. Hey, listen, those Afghans come over here and take advantage of us. They getting stipend checks bigger than a lot of our people make in a year to be over here. You understand what I'm saying? We are spoiled as a people. Everybody makes their life off of us. Everybody, listen, you ever heard of, I say this all the time too, right? That what they call it, the American dream. Heard of the American dream, right? We're the only ones living the American dream. Everybody else is living the American reality.
about that. I like that.
When we wake up, this is our American reality. The only time we live that dream is when we sleep. That's it. We can only dream about coming into this law, coming into this truth. We can live that dream as a reality.
We on that paper chase for these big hot greens.
Oh. It's not being on a paper chase, right? It's living these laws, statutes, and commandments. Listen, these laws, statutes, and commandments will have us in righteous rulership. It's no paper chase. Right. You understand? We ain't got to fight and scrap and knock each other out of the way. Everybody will have his own. Right. You understand? Go ahead.
Like Paul says in I've learned the secret of being content in all situations.
Living in this truth.
Be content in all.
And how do you learn to be content?
Being the law, statute.
There you go. That's it right there. Hey, listen, no matter what we going through, listen, we go through stuff all day, every day, right? But we learn to be content because we in this truth. We understand why we going through what we going through. Right. And this is the reason why it's important for us to draw brothers and sisters like yourself in here. You understand? To get into this righteousness. And the more we get in here, the stronger we become as a people. Listen, these Asians are strong because they stick together. We don't know what they do behind closed doors, but when they come out here, in our view, they strong and they stick together. And that's how we should be. You understand what I'm saying? Not that we're going to do anything ignorant behind closed doors, but we should be strong out here in public and behind closed doors. That's righteous rulership. That's what the Most High wants us to be. That's why he says, follow my laws, statutes, and commandments. Listen, it says, if you follow my laws, statutes, and commandments, you will be blessed. But if you don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, you will be cursed. And we don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, and we are cursed as a people. Right. You understand? It's not by happenstance that our women are out here on stripper poles. It's not by happenstance that our women are out here beefing and bashing each other upside the head on TV just to make $1. Berating each other just to make $1. It's not by happenstance that they got husbands following right behind them, acting effeminate. Just by happenstance. You understand what I'm saying? Brothers making a fool of themselves on reality TV just to make $1, following behind women. You understand what I'm saying? Women running men, which is totally backwards. Man's supposed to run his family. And I'm not talking about run his family like a slave catcher or a slave owner. You understand? But the Most High placed man at the head. There's the Most High, there's Christ, there's man, and then there's woman. You understand? It's order. The thing that we don't have as blacks, Hispanics, and natives is we don't have order. These laws, statutes, and commandments is what gives us order. Can't have no order without laws, statutes, and commandments, without this truth. Look at the way America's being run right now. By a fool, a buffoon. You understand what I'm saying? Look at what's happening. How do you go in? How do you have international law as a country, and then you break all international law, and nobody stands up to say anything about what you've done? That's unrighteous rulership. Well, listen, when we start running this country, everything's going to be different. Everything's going to be run properly. Nation's going to look up to us. Go ahead. What you got?
What do you think about Obama? We had one black president.
No, we didn't.
You don't consider him
no, he's an African. He's a Hamite. We Shemitic. You want to read that?
Let me read it for you.
Come. Read that. I wish we had that. Listen, that book we had from Babylon. Say that again.
I'm saying black is black.
Listen. Black is a color, right? But you got Asian people that's dark as us. You got Arabs that's dark as us. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got Eskimos that's dark as us. You got Hawaiians that's dark as us. So we can't say black. Black can refer to anybody on the face of this earth. You understand what I'm saying? But we use it as a term because we know what we mean by when we say black. But when you saying black, Obama's not black.
Right.
He's an African. You understand what I'm saying? No, listen. I understand what you saying. Listen, hold. I understand what you saying, right? When we use the term black, we talking about blacks, Hispanics, and natives. We talking about the children of Israel. But there are other nations of people with people just as black as us. Right. We are all not the same people.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But I know as a term, when we use it amongst each other, I know what you mean when you saying black. And what I'm saying to you is Obama's not black in the term that you using. Go ahead.
So are you referring to us as slaves or ex-slaves, descendants of slaves?
Descendants of slaves.
Descendants of slaves as being black. He's not a descendant of slaves.
He's not a descendant of a slave. He's a Kenyan.
Black.
He's a Kenyan.
He's black.
He's an African.
He's black.
I ain't gonna say black African. I'm saying African.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because I wanna make Africans don't call themselves black.
Right.
Africans call. No. No, I'm not American and I'm not African. You know what I mean? And listen, it took me time to learn that. You understand what I'm saying? Because that first time out, when Obama came up for president, I voted for him. I wasn't in the truth at that time. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't have understanding. You understand? But coming into this truth, learning these laws, statutes, and commandments, learning history, learning who I truly was, learning how we got into the condition that we got into. That's what changed my way of thinking. That's what removed that veil from my eyes and gave me better understanding. So I understand what you're saying when you talk about black. But when you're talking about black, we're talking about black people. We're not talking about Africans. I don't call Africans black. Africans don't call themselves black. You feeling me? Okay. Go ahead.
I wanted to read you this, right? This is Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Say that again.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
What does that mean? He became the progenitor of the dark races. What does progenitor mean?
The father.
There you go, my man. Hit it on the money. The father. That's right. Right. No. Let him finish. Hold up. Hold yourself. Let him finish. Go ahead. Finish, good now.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro.
You heard that? Say that again.
Not the Negro.
One more time.
Not the Negro.
Did you hear that? Not the Negroes. He was the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro. That means he's the progenitor of the African nation or so-called African nations.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The progenitor of the so-called African nation. Salakia, sir. Good. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a historical book right here. Look at that book right there. Show them that book. And it's important, if you can, it's important for you to get one of those. It should be on the back of it. Yeah, there you go.
Where can I get this from?
You can get it from Amazon or you can get it from a bookstore. Yeah, I believe. Can you get that from? You can get that from a Bible bookstore.
Get it online.
Yeah.
They might have a digital one.
If I was you, I would get that one just so you can highlight stuff in there. Digital is cool, but I like to highlight stuff in mine. Go ahead, get that. So we.
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
And the Canaanites. You heard that?
Yes.
Those are the African nations. And those nations, other African nations came from those nations. So like, I thought you were saying that. Other African nations come from those nations. Our oppressor went into Africa and broke up a lot of those nations. Right. That's why you got so many of those nations around. You understand? But those were the original nations right there. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
Like I always look at it like we can see that there's other. I mean, all of them is Esau.
Right.
But on like in our terms nowadays, we can see that that's a German, that's English.
Right.
That's we can separate them. But when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, we can't separate it. We just automatically just one group of people.
Right.
And that's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? It's never been that case. But
when you look at, let me ask you a question, right? If a German not speaking, if he not speaking, can you tell he German? Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of those nations you can't. A lot of times,
maybe in German.
Yeah, but a lot of times, right? We can differentiate some of them, but all of them are from Esau. All of them are from Esau. They are descendants of Esau. You understand? All Europeans, period. Spaniards, all of that. All white people, Greeks, all of that. You understand? Go ahead.
Are they not? I thought they were descendants of Japheth.
No, Japheth. Listen. Japheth comes from, those are the Polynesians, the Hawaiians, and Eskimos. That's Japheth right there.
Okay.
You understand? Troy Polamalu, he's a Polynesian. That's Japheth right there.
I'm misinformed because I read on the internet, it was the Eurasians and the shit. Shem had the Jews, the Hebrews, and the father Abraham was considered of Shem.
Right.
And Ham.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham is the African nation. Japheth is the Polynesians, Hawaiians, and all of them, the Eskimos and them right there. And Shem is us.
What about the Eurasians and the Esau and the Shem?
They come from Salakia, sir. Those Asians, right? The Asians, they come from out of, that's the Lot.
They come from the line of Shem.
Shem.
Because they come from Lot.
Right.
Yeah, so Moab and Ammon.
Yeah, Moab and Ammon. Yeah. So, but we, the people that, the children that come from Jacob, that's where we come from. You understand what I'm saying? So it's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We come from Jacob.
So Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that's where the whole term Israel come from.
Right.
As if you're familiar with it, if I could.
Go ahead.
Jacob wrestled the angel. Yeah, the angel put his hip up. Yeah. He said, your name won't be Jacob no more. Your name is going to be Israel. So when you hear the term Israelite, it means the son of Israel. Jacob's son. Talking from the religion. This is a bloodline. Right. It's a family. Right. This is when you hear Israelites, they're saying we are the sons of Jacob. That's what that means.
Right. You heard that? Yeah. So like, what'd you say?
About saying like the 12 sons.
Oh yeah. These are 12 tribes right here.
Yeah. One question. I was looking up at that. I didn't know it was Joseph, and I read that Joseph was replaced by he had his two sons, and it's Ephraim and Manasseh. Yeah, his two sons replaced him, and it said Levi.
Ephraim and Manasseh.
Levi didn't have character to it. Levi didn't get any character to it, so I wonder how his name fell up there.
He the priest.
Yeah, so Levi, he didn't have the inheritance. He didn't have land, but he was still a tribe. Right. So outside of Joseph, the other tribe they got taken down because it was so few of them. They just mixed in. It's Dan. So Dan was taken out. There was so few of them. They just kind of mixed in. But Levi has always been a tribe. They just didn't have land for their parents.
Because Levi was the Levitical priest. They was the priest.
Dan up there.
They were so small. They just blended in with the other tribes.
The internet, you can't believe anything on the internet.
Right. But with that, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969, and with that, it's a lot here. We've been bringing this truth since 1969, under commanding General Yohana. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over the priest and officer Ganah.
These are the security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew is pronounced Mayashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, which is a free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Up and coming holy convocation. It's a lot here. The next up and coming holy convocation.
Monday and Tuesday, March 2nd and 3rd.
We have the Feast of Purim, which is Monday,
March 2nd and 3rd.
Monday and Tuesday, March 2nd and 3rd. And also, we got the Lord's annual 57th Passover going down in Houston. Make sure you pay your Passover fees. All right. Akim and Agwakim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, in the Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. In the Israel, Elijah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, that's. Oh.
Say that.
That means stand?
Let's see when you say Elijah.
Oh, Elijah, which means stand. Yeah. Elijah means stand. Sorry, was turning the teacher. Elijah Shabbat. Elijah Barak. Yahweh Shabbat. Yazabatat. Class dismissed.
How you say it? Oh, yeah, right.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yohana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.